My name is Mona Soltani. I'm the Citizenship Program Manager at Literacy Network. In our program, we help adult learners prepare for their naturalization tests and obtain their U.S. citizenship. We offer 8 classes per week to accommodate to the needs of our learners with different schedules. Before the pandemic, these classes were held at different locations in Dane County. But after the pandemic, we switched to online learning and continued having our classes over Zoom. When we started using Zoom as our main platform, many of our students in all programs didn't have a device to participate in classes. Our organization implemented a laptop loan program, so students who didn't have access to smartphones or laptops can still take their classes with us. About 30% of our students enter the program at a beginning literacy level, and they tend to have low digital literacy skills also. But despite these challenges and all the other challenges that our students faced during the pandemic year, like losing their jobs and their financial challenges, they continue taking classes with us, and they continue to study hard to achieve their goal of becoming a U.S. citizen, and I'm really proud of them. In a normal year, we usually have more than 50 students who graduate the program and become U.S. citizens. Last year, due to the pandemic, the USCIS was closed for a couple of months, and that number dropped to 20. As the situation is getting more under control, we see that more students are receiving their interview notices and they're passing their tests this year. So far this year, we have about 15 students who have passed their tests and became U.S. citizens. In our program, we also provide our learners with opportunities to practice the rights and responsibilities of citizenship. So every semester, we invite members of the League of Women Voters to our classes to talk about voter registration process and provide information on acceptable documents for voting. Last year, we started a new project to help our graduate citizens with voting. We reached out to them and discussed a voting plan with them in the past 2 elections, in November last year and in April this year. I would like to thank all of our wonderful donors and volunteers for their support and dedication. Your support means a lot to our students, and it makes a big and lasting difference to their lives. Thank you all very much.
The ability to communicate in English is so important to families because it means opening doors and opportunities. One person who knows very well about the power of the written and spoken word is my amazing husband, Doug Moe. Doug, honey? I don't think they saw that.
Who was that woman? Thanks, Janan. Hello, folks. A few years ago, I had the privilege of sharing a table at a Literacy Network event with 2 of the learners we were celebrating that night. They were nervous about getting up and talking about their paths to literacy, but they did it with the support of family, friends, and teachers who were in attendance. It was an emotional night. I remember mentally kicking myself for not realizing how much I took for granted being able to read and write and tell stories. The smiles on the faces of Philip and Celia for this gift they've been given, or I should say earned, said it all. I've been writing stories professionally for nearly 40 years by then. I knew the power of a story, particularly when it was written for others to read. Sometimes that power is overwhelming. In 2002, I heard about a University of Wisconsin professor of African American Studies, Nellie McKay, who was involved in an extraordinary project. Her friend and colleague, Henry Louis Gates of Harvard, had discovered and purchased at auction a handwritten, unpublished manuscript titled The Bondwoman's Narrative by Hannah Crafts, a fugitive slave recently escaped from North Carolina. Nellie McKay did with Gates the Norton Anthology of African American Literature. Now he wanted McKay to work on the Fugitive Slave manuscript, the paper of which dated to the 1850s. McKay believed and of huge cultural importance, likely the first novel ever written by an African-American woman. When I interviewed McKay, she said, "It's very exciting. The fact it's a handwritten manuscript makes it unique. Everything else that we've recovered had already been printed. This is a first." The book was published in 2002 and was a critically acclaimed bestseller. I was pleased to be able to write a newspaper column about the Madison Connection. These days, when journalists and others talk about what has been lost with the decline of newspapers, the focus tends to be on investigative reporting. Papers can't afford the kind of lengthy investigations that revealed the Watergate cover-up and the Boston Globe's church scandal reporting that was featured in the movie Spotlight. I don't think enough importance is given to the loss of storytelling. Goodness knows we still have opinion and commentary, both in the dwindling remaining newspapers and everywhere online. Angry opinions are everywhere you look. The comment sections are worse. But what about stories? Papers and even magazines have little space for them. And here's the rub. Opinion and commentary divides us, all that yelling in print. Stories bring us together, left, right, middle. Everyone appreciates a good story. It's true I feel strongly about this because that's what I did in my newspaper column. I told stories. Some were serious, some were lighthearted. I didn't care as long as it was a good story. People often asked if I had favorites out of 4,000 columns. Sure I did. I remember driving to Richland Center to interview a woman named Lana Peters in her small apartment. Her real first name was Svetlana, and she was the daughter of Joseph Stalin, the notorious dictator of the Soviet Union. She gave very few interviews, almost none. But in this case, a documentary film on her life was about to be released, one she was unhappy with. She wanted to make a preemptive strike, get her comments on the record in the Wisconsin State Journal. We spoke for 2 hours. It took me most of the first 60 minutes to work up the courage to ask about her father. "He broke my life," she said of Joseph Stalin. And she added something that the New York Times used to end their front page obituary when Lana died in 2011. "Wherever I go," she told me, "here or Switzerland or India or wherever, Australia, some island, I will always be a political prisoner of my father's name." I mentioned lighthearted. One morning I read a New York Times story about how original commercial jingles were a thing of the past. Companies were now using pop music in their commercials, as Chevy did with Bob Seger's song Like a Rock. But there was one exception, the Oscar Mayer Wiener jingle. It was still on the air. The minute I read that, and Oscar Mayer was still headquartered in Madison, I began researching the jingle and learned it had been written in the 1960s by a man named Richard Trentledge, who lived outside of Chicago. I found him by phone later that day and asked if he knew the jingle was still going strong. Of course he knew. He was still getting royalty checks. "I put my kids through college on the Oscar Mayer Wiener jingle," he said. He was really into it on the phone. Trentledge elaborated on his creative process, saying he wrote the line, I wish I were an Oscar Mayer Wiener," and then he was stumped. He said, "I thought, why? Why do I wish I was an Oscar Mayer Wiener?" "Because everyone would be in love with me." Some stories can't be told in the 800 words of a newspaper column or even 8,000 words. I've been lucky to write numerous books. People ask if I have favorites among those as well, but that's a harder question to answer, a little like which of your kids you love the best. Certainly one of my first books, an illustrated biography of the Chicago newspaper columnist Mike Royko, remains a favorite. Royko wrote 5 columns a week for 30 years and made it look easy. It isn't. One of his best was a column poking fun at Frank Sinatra for needing a police guard at the door of his hotel suite when he was in Chicago for a concert. Royko wrote that with all Sinatra's flunkies, he shouldn't need a police guard. Sinatra dispatched a registered letter to Royko, saying, among other things, that he didn't have any flunkies. Royko wrote another column saying he apologized for saying Sinatra had flunkies. "I'll even apologize to the flunky who delivered the letter," Royko wrote. More recently, I collaborated with former Wisconsin Governor Tommy Thompson on his autobiography. It's been said that getting 2 people together to write a book is like getting 3 people together to make a baby. But it wasn't like that for Governor Thompson and me. We got along. Of course, I did all the work. Don't tell him I said that. My favorite story in the book came on the day of 9/11. Tommy was by then the Secretary of Health and Human Services in Washington. After the attacks, all the cabinet secretaries were ordered to go to Mount Weather, an underground fortress in Virginia. There were helicopters for them. Thompson didn't want to go. HHS was already trying to get medical supplies to New York City. There was work to do. Thompson was told he risked arrest if he didn't go to Mount Weather. In the end, he got on the helicopter. But he told his security guard to drive to Mount Weather. Tommy checked in, surveyed his room, and went out the back door to meet his driver. He was back at the Humphrey Building in Washington by 4:30. I feel fortunate to have some exciting new projects to work on. I've just completed a biography of Kit Saunders Nordine, who launched women's athletics at the University of Wisconsin. And I'm helping Fred Risser with his autobiography. Senator Risser served 64 years in the Wisconsin legislature, making him the longest serving legislator in American history. But I want to close by mentioning another book, which is just being published this spring. It's evidence that stories live and breathe, inspire others, and endure. You'll recall Nellie McKay, the UW African American Studies professor I mentioned, who helped get the Fugitive Slave manuscript published. Now one of McKay's former students at UW-Madison, Shauna Benjamin, is publishing a biography of McKay titled Half a Shadow, The Life and Legacy of Nellie Y. McKay. Nellie McKay died in 2006. I'm reminded of one of my favorite lines of poetry by Jim Harrison. Death steals everything except our stories. That's one reason stories matter. Thank you to the Literacy Network and all its supporters for helping so many learn to read and write and tell their stories. Thanks very much.
My name is Aurelia, and I wrote about my hope. My hope is to wake up every day like the last day of our lives. When we hear about the virus, coronavirus, it was very difficult to understand and to accept. Everyone in my family was so scared because we don't know if we can contract the virus, what's gonna happen. And especially when we hear about the news and social media was very dramatic. Then we discuss how to take care of each other, how to take care of our co-workers and the community. This was a very hard time for everyone. My employee, they told me we have to take layoffs. So that day was very hard because we don't know what's gonna happen, how pay our rent, how pay our utilities. Luckily my husband, he kept his job. So was very comfortable for me at that time when he back and say, no, I have my job, don't worry. And I think this is a very hard time for everyone around the world. But since they announced the vaccine, I was so happy. It's a hope for the world. It's a hope for everyone. And my hope is now to everyone around the world, they can get access to the vaccine. Thank you.
My name is Gedi, and I am from Lithuania. Hope itself, it is a positive word, and it means a lot for other people, and it brings kind of a little bit of happiness to their life and to believe in something big. It helped me a lot. Actually, I found friends, and I started to speak a little bit better and just kind of my grammar is better now, and I found new words, how to put them correctly in sentence, and it is very helpful. And thus, I'm highly recommend to other people to enjoy this program. I think to keep studying. I am on good way. It is a good path, and just need to keep studying to learn more. And I still need to practice for speaking, for pronunciation. That is not perfect for me, but it's a lot of fun thing to do. It helped to stay calm, maybe, to do not panic what to do, because Casey, she explained for us how to behave, and just she gave for us a lot of information, where to go, what to do, and just actually we could get any answers.
My name is Cassie Pilarski, and I am the Transitions Program Manager here at Literacy Network, and I am going to have my co-host introduce herself as well.
Thank you, Cassie. Hello, my name is Alejandra Muñoz. I'm a Student Services Manager and Data Specialist, and thank you for being here.
Today, we are here to celebrate some very hardworking, persevering learners. Each year, our learners have the opportunity to apply for the Altrusa Scholarship, and students who plan on enrolling or in a career or educational program in the next year can apply by submitting a personal essay. The students who won the scholarship this year worked extremely hard on their applications, and we are so excited to celebrate them today.
I'm happy to introduce Sherry Daniels from the Altrusa organization. She will explain to a little more about why Altrusa gives scholarships to Literacy Network learners and other students in the community. Sherry, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. And on behalf of all of our members of the Altrusa International of Madison, I'm really looking forward to hearing all about each of you who are receiving the money. Altrusa International itself is a women's service organization that has been around for a very long time. And the Madison group in particular gives money to a number of organizations and particularly focuses on literacy, which is one of the major focuses of Altrusa. And part of what we decided though a long time ago, and we continue with our partnership with Literacy Network, is to give money directly to students who are non-traditional students. And so what we want to do is give it to people who are looking to, if you will, get over the hump of completing their education and getting through their goals. And that's what the money is there for. And so we're really happy that all of you are receiving the grant money that we've given to Literacy Network. And we love being a partner, and I'm looking forward to hearing about all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sherry. We're so happy to have a partner with Altrusa and be able to offer scholarships to our students each year. So without further ado, let's announce our scholarship winners.
Perfect. Thank you, Alejandra. So our first Altrusa Scholarship recipient is Julio Becerra Romero. And in his essay, Julio wrote, "I had the strength and perseverance to continue my studies, and I am achieving my goal this semester to graduate in the accounting program at Madison College." Congratulations, Julio.
Hello, Casey. Hello, everyone. I'm very happy for this scholarship. It's very important for my academic career. Thank you, Ms. Daniel. I'm very happy. Thanks.
Congratulations, Julio. Our next scholarship winner is Hussein Asmahari. In his essay, Hussein wrote, "Hope is the fuel that illuminates our life, without which we will not be alive." Congratulations, Hussein.
Thank you so much. I really glad to being here, and I really appreciate the scholarship because it will help me with my studying the GED. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Congratulations. Our next scholarship recipient is Annabelle Carullo. In her essay, Annabelle wrote, I find hope when I get small victories, when I focus on possibilities and not on obstacles, and when people around you motivate you to believe more in yourself and your potential. Congratulations, Annabelle.
Annabelle is not here, but congratulations, Annabelle. Our next scholarship is Rosa de la Cruz. In her essay, Rosa wrote, I'm hopeful I can get a better life for myself and my family. Congratulations, Rosa.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to continue in study. Thank you.
Congratulations, Rosa. Our next Altrusa Scholarship recipient is Mirta Herrera. In her essay, Mirta wrote, I would like to continue the classes that I need to continue my associate's degree. Congratulations, Mirta.
Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Altrusa, by your support in my education for my associate degree. Thank you very much to Casey.
The next one, Pilar Guzman, is our next winner. In her essay, Pilar wrote, I hope in the near future to be able to become a healthcare interpreter, helping others while enjoying the profession. Congratulations, Pilar.
Thank you so much to Altrusa and to Literacy Network for this opportunity and for the work that you do helping students to be successful and for helping us to believe in ourselves.
Congratulations, Pilar. Our next recipient is Juan Uribe. In his essay, Juan wrote, I am sure the best days will come. My hope is unbreakable more than ever. Congratulations, Juan.
Thanks, Cassie. Thanks for Leaders Network. This sponsorship for Altrusa organization is a very important part in my commitment, in my next professional goals. I appreciate all your support and all your help. Thank you.
Congratulations, Juan. Our next Altrusa Scholarship winner is Awa Sani. In her essay, Awa wrote, I hope one day I can find a better job and make my dreams true. Congratulations, Awa.
Awao isn't here with us tonight, but congratulations to you, Awao. Our final recipient is Hatice Yapichi. And in her essay, Hatice wrote, I hope to work as a nurse in the US and I want to complete my educational career. Congratulations, Hatice.
Hatice is not here either, but I want to congratulations to all our scholarship winners. We are so happy to celebrate you in this day.
And thank you as well to Cheryl from Altrusa and to our scholarship winners for joining us. We wish you the best of luck as you continue working towards your career and your educational goals. I hope that everybody has a great evening.
Congratulations, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you to my tutors. I love you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Charles. I would like to share my story with anyone that would like to read it. What stopped me from getting my high school diploma was me. I dropped out of high school at a very young age. I wanted to hang out with what I thought was the so-called cool kids. But I was introduced to drugs when I lived in Chicago. I was mostly doing drugs and getting meaningless jobs to help support my habit. I was on drugs for almost 40 years. I did not get myself together until I had my first child in 1992. I had to take care of Imani by myself. Her mother left us when Imani was still in the hospital. Imani was born January 14, 1992, at 1 pound 9 ounces. Taking care of her made me grow up to be a man for the first time. It wasn't until I started having grandkids that I wanted to get my GED. I just wanted to do something I think is cool, to go back to school and try to get what I should have gotten a long time ago. I want to continue my education after I get my GED. I want to continue to show my grandkids that you're not too old. I did not find out until the 509 program how strong of a person I am. With all the drug use and roaming the streets of Chicago, I did not think I fit in anywhere. I did not think I had a brain for it. As time went on, you guys showed me that I was a little intelligent and did not know it. And I had wasted so much time. Some of the teachers here are great. This diploma is for the teachers, my grandkids. My biggest personal goal is to continue my education and try to help someone that was once in my place.
I'm Lau Christensen.
And I'm Bea Christensen.
And we are here today because we love Literacy Network. We have a passion for education, and Literacy Network provides such great education for people in our community who are disadvantaged because they have low literacy. And because of this great work that they do, we are matching people's donations tonight. And we would love it if people would join us in supporting Literacy Network.
And you know, some people say, why are you doing this? And my husband Lau always says, that's what money is for. And so that's why we are doing this match. And hopefully there will be more of you that will recognize the need for this.